Welcome to the Fidus Roofing Podcast, real conversations with real roofing experts, helping Northeast Florida homeowners protect their biggest investment. I'm Brandon, and today we're exposing something most homeowners have no idea about, some of the biggest threats to your roof other than hurricanes, the people walking on it. We're talking door knockers, tree crews, pressure washing companies, solar installers, even the Christmas light guys, all the folks who mean well but can seriously damage a roof. So today, we're sitting down with Ryan to break down the hidden dangers and what homeowners should look out for. Ryan, thanks for joining us, man.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good, man.
Good.
So what exactly, I want to start with door knockers,
Yes.
right? That's probably one of the most common, names, phrases, stereotypes that go along with the roofing industry.
Yeah.
So who are door knockers? What exactly are they doing? And why do they target neighborhoods after a storm?
There's all kinds of door knockers. There's different, I guess you could classify them in different groups almost. There's people that know what they're doing. There's people that don't know what they're doing. Some companies will throw a van of 20 people out there just to try to get on the roof and try to grab at everything they can. And then they bring the experts in afterwards. Well, unfortunately, you want an expert on your roof first. You don't want somebody that doesn't really know what they're looking at or what they're looking for. There's a lot of lack of training when it comes to the door knockers sometimes, like I said, but sometimes you get guys that have been in the industry a long time and know what they're doing. They're kind of notorious for, get me on a roof and get me a claim, no matter whether it's there or not. It's kind of how some people look at it, I guess.
Right.
Sometimes there's legitimate damage. They love it when a storm hits because whether there's damage on a roof or not, when a storm hits in a neighborhood, they've got that the storm date. They've got there may be damage around it with claims that have been legitimate and gone through, and they try to just kind of lump everything into that same group, whether it's there or not. Like I said, storm damage can be legitimate, and sometimes it's not there. It's just a matter of having the right person on your roof to take a look and make sure that they're finding what associates with the claim, and that claim's filed. It kind of goes back to the whole insurance and.
Yeah, we talked about that in a previous episode. People get up there and just, like you said, want to make a claim, and it's not exactly legit. And
so door knockers, it's about numbers. It's about filling the streets with a bunch of people to try to get to people before the other guy does, I guess, to try to lock in that work, legitimate or not. And they're successful at it. The only problem is that it just hurts. Sometimes it hurts the customers because there's a lack of knowledge of what that process entails when they do find stuff or they do get you to do a claim. And then sometimes it's the problem. It's part of the growing problem in the industry too, because it's causing people's premiums to go up higher. It's causing people to get letters saying they have to change their roof out. Like I said, it kind of all coincides together. The start of those problems with insurance kind of start a lot of times with the door knockers in your neighborhood.
yeah.
So sometimes it's best to get a second opinion, just like we said again with the insurance stuff. Get a second opinion. Don't just take that guy that knocked on your door's word for it. Call somebody out that has, that didn't come and approach you, and have them come take a look and see if they give you the same outcome as far as what they find on your roof. But
yeah, it's like anything. Like, don't take the first guy's word for it, especially like you said, if they approached you. So cross-reference that some way, somehow.
I've been through a lot of that training too. I've seen both sides. I've worked both sides of this, the way that the approach, and I know one of the biggest things that's told to a lot of guys, especially when they first get started, whether they have knowledge or not, is if you get on a roof, you tell them how bad it is.
Right.
The odds are they ain't going to go look at it for themselves. So
right.
That's all you got to do is you got to get somebody to let you up there, and then you take it from there. So it's kind of I think some people are kind of getting tired of the constant and the constant door knocking and the that kind of approach. But it still works, and there's a lot of people that still let them up there and just kind of ride with it and don't find out. They find out the hard way, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah. So, and I think to pull back to the kind of opening is, I think the theme we're gonna get through during these questions today is just be careful who you let up on your roof.
Be careful who you let on your roof. Yeah.
Okay.
And it goes back to the getting. It's not bad to have a second opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. when you invite somebody to your house, you know who you're inviting. You don't always know who's knocking on your door. I don't know. To me, it's kind of odd that people just do that, but I've seen it firsthand. I've been that guy. That's where I started.
Sure. It's been such a standard. I would imagine 99% of roofers have been on that side.
Most people have.
Yeah.
And that's how you learn. That's how you train. That's where you start.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a little bit different here. We do a different approach. We don't do the door knocking at all. We like to send out letters. We like to ultimately be invited to your house.
Yeah.
We don't want to just show up. And I think that starting to go a long way. But I mean, it's crazy. You go into neighborhoods and there's just sometimes you see multiple companies in the same neighborhood just hitting doors, and it's like, oh man, this is kind of getting out there. It's kind of becoming quite a bit. You know what I mean? And I'm sure if you're in that neighborhood, some of these neighborhoods where they're all ready to be redone and they're just constantly hitting those doors, it's probably becomes quite annoying. Having somebody at your door every day. So
you're having a peaceful day at home, and
that's why we're trying to take a different approach with it there. But
yeah.
There's good ones, there's bad ones, there's knowledgeable ones, there's not people that don't really know what they're looking for. They just know that if they can get somebody on a roof, they can make a few bucks. So
right.
That's kind of the problem out there, is deciphering that yourself.
And once you let them on the roof, then the pressure really goes up, right? As far as the sales tactics and things like that, all of a sudden the pressure's on.
Well, yeah, because you're going to have to trust their assumption at that point. And
right.
Then you're faced with making a decision for yourself, whether you want to get somebody else to look at it, or, oh my gosh, that panic or fear sets in. Like, I need to call and make a claim, or I need to do this right now because it's so bad. But
right.
Sometimes it's not. I mean, sometimes you're told you got a bunch of hail damage, but like I said with the insurance, when was the last time you actually had hail? Most of the time it's sun blisters. It looks kind of like hail. It's kind of a deceitful business.
Sure.
All the way around. So like I said, it always comes back to getting another opinion, making sure you're calling somebody, inviting somebody to your house to get that opinion, whether you go with the first person that was on your roof or not, but just to kind of clarify and make sure that what you're being told is true.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest dangers of letting an untrained person on your roof? I mean, you don't know this person from Adam. Even maybe you do know them. Maybe they were invited. Are there dangers of letting people up on your roof?
Yeah, I mean, there's always. People can create damage. People can miss what do you call it? Diagnose damage. More traction on your roof creates more damage. You don't want a lot of traffic up there. You don't want people up there all the time. We always say get an inspection, maybe once a year. Get it checked out. When it comes to storms, you get a big storm, if it came through your area, hit you pretty hard, it's not bad to get it checked out. But other than that, you don't want people on your roof all the time. Just going through a normal couple months, there's not going to be anything that's going to change to your roof to where you need somebody that comes by just to go up and look at it. It just opens the door to create issues and have more issues and have problems that weren't necessarily there or needed.
Yeah. I don't think the average person realizes that just being up there, the actual steps cause damage.
It definitely does. So the traffic, and a lot of times on roofs, the way that they're designed, you get areas that get more traffic because it's easier to maneuver or walk through those areas.
Yeah.
So you get the high traffic in those areas, and all it does is especially, you get a really hot day here in Florida, a real humid hot day, and people are tramping through that same area, way more often than it should be. It's going to deteriorate your shingles a lot faster. And it's going to create problems that you shouldn't have had.
Yeah. What companies or industries would you say accidentally cause the most damage?
Pressure washing. Yeah, cleaning roofs. I recently saw a tree company, 2-cycle oil all over the roof.
Oh, no.
Big stain spots. Those two are the major ones. I've seen a lot of the pressure washing stuff. If they're not a professional, they don't know what they're doing. The pressure isn't set properly. All it takes is one pull of the handle, and next thing you know, you can put a hole in a shingle in no time.
Right.
I've seen roofs that got pressure washed that looked like it had the most major hailstorm that this area's ever seen hit it.
Really?
And no hell it ever hit that roof. So
just the pressure washing guy.
Just the pressure washing guy, yeah. So there are guys that do it. I know it's becoming a thing. You do a soft wash. There's chemicals that can be used, help rejuvenate your roof, make it look cleaner. But it's just making sure that you're going with a company they specialize in it.
Yeah.
Not just a guy on the street going around offering to pressure wash driveways and roofs.
Again, a door knocker.
Door knocker.
Yeah.
They don't always. You want to make sure, especially in that case, that it's a professional. That's what they know what they're doing. So, if not, you're going to end up with a lot more problems than you asked for.
Yeah. What about the solar guys? Do you see much? I mean, solar companies are throwing up panels left and right. Do they use special equipment to attach that stuff to the roof? Can you vet solar companies in any way? Can you guide them on, hey, I'll let you do A and B, but not
There's not much
X,
we
Y,
can
or
do.
Z?
There's not much we can do. They're kind of their own thing. I always just let homeowners know, make sure that whoever you're working with, they're not, you don't want to go with a super new company. You want to go with someone that's established, that's been around for a while. Problem with solar companies is they come and go so fast sometimes. And then you're left with solar panels, because we always tell them, once that's attached through our roof, or your roof, our shingles that we install for you, the warranty's gone. We can't warranty an area where somebody else is putting penetrations through those shingles, because it's compromising the system that we just put in.
Yeah, right.
So most solar companies will warranty those areas where they install. That's always something I say, make sure that you have that in writing, that it is warranted. So if there is an issue in that area, they're held responsible for it, because we're no longer going to be responsible for it. But there's nothing wrong with solar. It's just finding that company. A lot of times people will go to redo their roof, and every solar company, they sell you your solar panels and you get one free removal. So that way, in case you do have to do a re-roof, they come pull the panels and then they reinstall them when they're done. Well, I'd say 99% of the customers I've had that have gone to do that, they can't get a hold of the company. They're ending up finding another company that's willing, that they're going to have to pay to come out and remove those. So find somebody that's established, that's been around.
Yeah,
that's going to be around to take care of those issues that they're saying they will when it comes time to take care of them. So,
right, yeah, a bunch of paperwork doesn't hold up very well if the company disappears.
Yeah, exactly. So, and you don't. I mean, I get it. Solar panels are a good thing. They have their benefits, but just in general, anything being attached through those shingles or those roofs is compromising the system itself.
Yeah.
So we always try to advise away from it, but we understand that there's situations like that where it's something that's going to have to be done, but just make sure that you're still protected from them.
Sure. Yeah. Are there any other industries that we haven't really touched on that you've maybe seen damage from? And my follow-up question to that would be, what are some of the craziest damage roofs you've seen, and what caused them?
I mean, I've seen, it's more aesthetics, but I've been on roofs where people just have their house painted and can't see how much paint is actually on the shingles in some of the areas up top. Yeah, I've seen a lot of paint. The 2-cycle oil staining I've seen that. That's pretty bad. And just traction. You have people that do painting, or they do siding, or and they're up there on a hot day doing what they do, not knowing that they're just creating a bunch of damage. I mean, those smudge shingles, it'll rub the granulars off, and just kind of compromise a lot of the integrity of your roof by doing another job to aesthetically make your house look nicer. So
yeah,
I mean, anybody that's going on a roof, even us, if we're not careful, can create damage in the right situation. But it's just knowing how to maneuver and when to do things and when not to do things really goes a long way. So you just got to be careful when it's hot. No matter who's on your roof, you're doing Christmas lights, you could be doing anything up there. If it's hot, you just got to be careful how much you're moving around up there, because you're going to potentially create damage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for the info, man. That was really helpful. A lot of stuff for people to think about that they probably don't consider.
Yeah.
Don't mind letting a tree guy up on the roof or a pressure washer or whatever, not thinking that damage is potential there.
And the problem with that is a lot of that damage is damage you'll never know about unless somebody else that's coming over there looking for the damage actually gets up there and sees it for you. So
yeah.
And then I've come back down to customers. I went for a leak, just real quick. I went for a leak, and lady said, I have a leak in this dining room. I've never had a leak before. We haven't had rain. I'm like, well, who have you had? She said, well, I had a guy cleaning my roof with a pressure washer. So I go up there, and the roof is damaged everywhere. And what it was pressure washer sprayed literally into an off-ridge vent water right into her attic and then straight down into her dining room and created a big old stain, and the drywall was wanting to come down. So, I mean, pay attention. Think about what it is that you're seeing, and make sure you have a qualified person on your roof, not just anybody.
Awesome. Good stuff, man. Well, if you ever need someone on your roof, call Fidus before they climb the ladder. Thanks for watching, and remember, not everyone who climbs a roof should.